Now, this place started life as a private residence for somebody who cares deeply about great design and architecture. And that's woven into almost everything that's done here. Kurulu Bay sits on the edge of this lake, and what I love is how organically this resort's come together over time. Every building has its own personality, every path pulls you into this wild landscape, and the whole place just has a calm, almost meditative rhythm. If you're the kind of person who notices materials, light, and the way a space makes you feel, you'll get it right away. And of all the places I've been in Sri Lanka so far, I think this is the quietest and the most peaceful. Hey there, I'm Don, traveling the world to find the most unforgettable stays and showing you what to expect so you can plan your next trip with confidence. The resort's a 5-minute drive from the surf town of Ahangama on Sri Lanka's south coast, about 2 hours south of the Colombo airport. This town is where surf culture and a pretty decent restaurant and bar scene come together. It's scruffy for sure, but charming enough. But that's not why you want to come to this resort. This 14-room boutique retreat is owned by the same team behind the Fort Printers in Galle, which I stayed at earlier in this trip and that I think is one of the best boutique hotels in the country. So this place has a lot to live up to. The sister properties even offer a combined stay deal. You can split your trip between the two with transfers included, breakfast, and a spa treatment here at Kurulu Bay. Kurulu Bay is built on the grounds of an old private estate, and the resort has slowly expanded from there, which explains a lot of the different architecture types I'll show you today. This building is where the whole property started. It was a family's private residence, and today you can rent it out as part of the resort. It has a 1960s Florida modernism vibe, and it was designed by one of Geoffrey Bawa's students. Bawa being the Sri Lankan architect known for tropical modernism. And you can feel that influence as you move throughout this space. And this is just the start. The room types at Kurulu Bay are all over the map, but in a good way. I'll show you most of them today. Anyway, the yoga pavilion is inside the residence house, which makes this building the center of the action for the resort's many yoga retreats. This estate is a mix of winding paths, palms, and tropical gardens that all roll down towards the lake. You hear and see a huge variety of birds all day, and the monkeys are basically the unofficial staff here. They're everywhere. Despite the monkeys, it's surprisingly quiet given how close to town we are, and the whole place just has an easy, calm energy. Let me take you into the room, but first stop is on this gorgeous terrace. It is really nice. It's big, but also I love the seating, and the floor tiles are basically the stonework, and the fans out here. You know, a lot of people will put you in the tropics with no fans outside. It can get hot, but not here. I love this room. I think it is really, really pretty. We had a little bit of a problem when we checked in because I had booked a treehouse and they upgraded us to this, and I love them both. I couldn't decide, but we went for this one, and I'm really happy with it. And I'm going to show you some of the other rooms. That's one of the great things about this place is there is a lot of different options when it comes to rooms here, and everything I've seen is really pretty. I love the bed with the canopy around it. The two lights on the side tables I think are beautiful too, and all the lighting in the room is just simple, really modern, elegant. The desk chair is a chair that I've been seeing all over the property. Simple, really clean design. Same with the desk. Beautiful furniture next to the bed, and then the bathroom. The high ceiling is in here as well. It gives it a little bit of a traditional feeling, and everything else is modern, but these really high ceilings open it up and make it feel spacious. Clean, simple, open bathroom with one of the prettiest bathtubs I've ever seen. I really love that bathtub. But oh yeah, and then of course this opens up to the porch out here. You can close all this up, you can open it all up. It's up to you, but overall I think this is a beautiful room. Before I show you the other room options, I'm hot, so the pool's calling. There are 2 pools, a smaller one up by the tree houses, or the main pool next to the restaurant. The rest of the rooms are spread across the estate. I originally booked these tree houses, and I would have been really happy here. I love small, well-designed spaces, and these definitely check that box. And being up here in the canopy, I have to say, is pretty special. Our room is next to some of these more traditional guest house rooms closer to the lake. These were originally designed as guest spaces for the residence house, and they also have that very Bawa feeling. Between the main pool and the lobby are the garden rooms. I can't show you the inside of these because they're all full. So, what is there to do here besides be lazy? You can get out onto the lake, maybe head into town, or maybe visit the resort's spa. Plus, there are tons of great beaches nearby. There's just one restaurant here, and it handles all 3 meals. The space doubles as the restaurant's bar too. The design throughout this resort is pretty fantastic, but I think this might be my favorite spot. I started the Swank guide because too many of my vacations started with, but the website looks so different. So I said to myself, why aren't there video tours of hotels so you can see what you're getting before you board the plane? I pay for every hotel myself, so you always get my honest opinion. You'll get the lowest rates plus perks you can't get booking online. But as much as I like the restaurant/bar space, watching the sunset from the dock is where I want to be right now. We're back at the restaurant for dinner, and it's even more beautiful by night. The music's perfect, and the menu has a good mix of Western and Sri Lankan dishes to choose from. There's a large group staying here, but they went out for an event, so we've got the place to ourselves. For now, at least. Pillows here are really good. They get a 9. Good night. In terms of the highs and lows, I love the design here. The architecture, the interior design, and the landscaping are all so beautiful. My lows are pretty much nitpicks. They could use a couple fans outside in the restaurant. It gets pretty hot. And I think they should expand the deck on the lake. It is such a beautiful spot. But when this place is full, I can imagine a lot of people are going to want to sit down there. I also think some people would get bored here, but depends on who you are and what you're after in a vacation. So I think this would be a great place for anybody who appreciates some beauty, some quiet, and wants something just a bit different in Sri Lanka. Please support my self-paid quest to help you find the world's best boutique hotels by subscribing and hitting that like button. Thank you. Next, I'm headed just down the beach to Amanwela, maybe Sri Lanka's fanciest beach resort. My first Aman stay in Sri Lanka was pretty special, so I'm going to be holding this next stop to a pretty high standard. Check out my experience here. Thanks for watching, and see us in the next video.